Good morning, except for it is not a good morning. I am so incredibly frustrated right now. I cannot explain it to you. I got to the farm at 7:30 this morning. It is now 9 o'clock. I haven't filmed anything because I'm just too dang frustrated to do anything. And when I got there, Phil was trying to work on the truck. He was having problems because the truck wouldn't start for him. I got in it, started right up. So then we had to go back and forth about that and stuff. But got that taken care of. I have a seed truck here. That's good. So I'm going to get him unloaded, and then I'll explain the rest of this to you in a little bit. Okay, I got that truck unloaded. Where was I? Oh yeah, truck wouldn't start for Phil. I jumped in it and it started right up, and Phil was quite frustrated because he's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I didn't do anything, I turned it on. That was fine, we got it fixed. Phil got loaded up with all the wet corn that was in the overhead out. He is headed to the ethanol plant. Great. Okay, so then it was time to start up the dryer, right? I wanted to get the grain handler started up. We got a bunch of wet corn from yesterday and started that up. The fan started up fine. Everything seemed fine until I went to start the burner up. And usually the first time you start it up the year, you got to purge the lines, and it doesn't always fire the first time. It didn't. Fine, no problem. Reset it and start again. Except for it went into a fault code and it locked itself out. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it, and it took me forever, and it was super frustrating. And I had to call Minnesota to the grain handler people, and they walked me through it. And then in the meantime, so we have internet issues here, as I've told you guys, but I'll be right back. Okay, so our dryer has a dryer master controller on it, DM510. That DM510 can have an internet connection that allows me to be able to see it from my phone and check it and manage the dryer remotely. Super helpful when I'm in a combine or a grain cart and not here, right? So I was trying to get that set up. The problem was we were having some internet trouble like last winter, and the way that our internet is set up, we have, there's a company that does wireless internet service where they have a broadcast network. It's kind of like a cell network, but locally here. Why is this not working? And they have a network on top of our grain leg. And so their control box is in the grain shed where I have my computer and our moisture tester and all that stuff there, right? I need to have my router out there. The router is in our office. This is a long story. Basically, I tried to move the router from the office back to the grain shed, and now my internet doesn't work. And when I moved it back and put it the way it was, it still doesn't work. And I can't get it to work, and it's very, very frustrating for me. Anyway, I gotta get this trailer unhooked. All right, so I've been on tech support, call tech support for, probably over an hour combined today, a few different times, or, adding up to an hour. And they can't figure out what's going on either, which is not helpful, especially when I have so much stuff to do today. So we got that seed in, that wheat. I need to deliver it. And I have a customer that's an hour and a half from here, and he has 7 boxes. I cannot fit 7 boxes on my gooseneck trailer, so we're gonna use a semi. My buddy that does all the straw has got a flatbed he's gonna let me use. So we're taking the semi over there to go and get it. That's what we're doing. Okay, I think we've got that hooked up. We'll make sure that it's latched good. Sweet. All right, now we got to go load up all those bulk bags. So to summarize the morning, truck problems, dryer problems, internet problems. I did get the wheat though, and I'm loaded up and ready to go. But you know what makes it all worse? It's almost 10:30. I have not even had any Dr. Pepper yet. Ah! Let's go. Pretty sure that's where I'm going. This is different farming up here. Pretty sure those are potatoes they're getting ready to dig. Cool. Looks a little wetter, like they got some rain here when we missed it the other day. I got that seed delivered. When I was getting ready to leave, the guy says, I'm short 2 bags. No, you're not. This is what you ordered. No, I ordered 2 more. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I'm ready to cry, y'all. This is just brutal. Anyway, it's now almost 2:15. We aren't shelling corn yet. We aren't doing anything. I am wasting all kinds of time because I have to do this seed business stuff. And I can imagine. Anyway, I'm going to get this unhooked. We're going to go hook up to the grain trailer and we're going to go start shelling. And I'm going to worry about the seed that I didn't take that guy later. The hits keep coming. I tell you what, we are having a day. So I got back here. Phil has been back for a while, which, by the way, a lot of you asked me who Phil is. Phil is my uncle. He doesn't like being on camera. I've really never addressed it with him, but I'm not going to put him on camera, so don't worry about it. Just, that's who it is. He's my uncle. He works here full time. He hauled some dry corn in, which we have contracted for fall delivery. They are telling us it is not fall delivery and they will not apply it to the contracts because it's not October yet. And that is crap. It is harvest delivery and we're harvesting. So I'm ticked about that. So now I don't know what we're going to do with all the dry corn and we've got to figure all of that out. But I have figured out my internet issues, I think. All right, well, we're making some progress. The elevator's gonna take our corn. They said they might get yelled at by their manager for it, but they're gonna take it. Okay, cool, thank you, appreciate that. I think I got my internet issues fixed. I figured out what the problem was and know how to fix it. I'm just not sure that I've actually done it yet. It's working like it was, it's not working like I need it to. So, that is good. I'm loaded up with dry corn and we need to get out and tarp it. Thought Phil did that. He loaded it. We're gonna haul this in and then go to the field and get wet corn. The dryer's still running. Phil is gonna take another load of dry corn out of the overhead, so hopefully there's enough room to keep the dryer moving. And then we'll bring wet corn back. It should work. Dad and Brock went over to the field already to go shell. Brock wasn't supposed to come tonight, or today, but he called me this morning and said, hey, I can come for a few hours today if you want me to. So I had him do that. He put that talc applicator on the seed tender, which is good. We got to finish up some wiring stuff. I'm not sure that it's quite the way that it needs to be. But it's good. That's done. And they're over shelling. He's got to leave in a little bit, but he can run the grain cart to help Dad get some fields opened up there. And hopefully we'll get something done. We aren't going to finish there today because it's already after 3 o'clock. It is what it is. I am extremely frustrated, but nothing I can do. Super busy here. So they're probing the truck. See that big arm there? It's got a probe on it that they take a sample out of the front and the back hoppers, and then they use that to get the moisture, test weight, all the grain quality stuff. They're also weighing us. And when they're done here, we'll pull around the bins and dump to whichever pit they tell me to go to. And then we dump basically as fast as you can. Once we're empty, we hit the outbound scale. And we wait for our ticket. Can't read that, but it says 25,020 is our net, or our tare weight. Look at that, look at that. 14.73 on the moisture, and look at that test weight. Can you read it? Not really. 60.53, that's really good. So, good quality corn we're hauling in. Okay, now we're at the field. We're gonna see if Brock can reach across the drive or the road ditch here. Otherwise we can pull into the driveway, but we should have enough reach on this cart. We should make it. Plenty of height. Oh yeah, he's good. much corn. So he's only got about a half a load, or not quite a half a load on there, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Should be okay, but we do have to make it back before the dryer gets the overhead full, so we'll see, won't we? All right, well, Phil must have decided that the dryer would be good until he could get back, or I could get back, but he is, he took another dry load in and has got the other truck here, so he's taking that one back, and I'm gonna stay here and run the green cart at least till we get another full truck, and then we'll take it. That makes us a little bit more efficient, so that's good. All right, now that I finally have a minute to settle down, I'm sorry for the way that I acted and behaved earlier in this video. I don't know how much of it you saw. I'm not great at filming when I'm under stress and under pressure, and I do it to myself. Like, I feel like I made a lot of mistakes this morning that cost me a ton of time and was slowing things down, and we weren't getting stuff done. It's very important that I keep reminding myself it is September 16th. We've already got over 100 acres of corn shelled. We're fine. We're fine. On a normal year, we wouldn't have even started yet. We'd be waiting for the beans to get ready, and we would be sitting. So it's all a bonus. It's all good. We don't have to be in such a big hurry, but at the same time, I feel like we got to keep moving because this corn is ready, and the more we can get done now, the better, and the easier everything is going to be. So I do it to myself. I put myself under a ton of stress, but we'll be fine. So I've gotten most of the problems that we had taken care of. The truck seems to be running fine. Phil hasn't said anything more about it, so that's good. The dryer's running. I had to put a jumper wire in a couple of spots to trick the computer. We'll take that back out when we get a chance. I talked to somebody else about it, and he said that happens when it's too warm out sometimes. It's something of the way that the gas train and the valve adjusts, and when it's super warm, it's trying to lower itself so much that it can't start right, basically. So we're good there. That problem is solved. I figured out the issue with the internet stuff. Like I said, I'm still working on a solution for that, but we're getting there. So that problem is good. What else? Oh yeah, my seed deal. I've got the seed that I need coming, those extra 2 boxes or 2 bulk bags. The fact that I have to take it 65 miles to the guy is not great, but he's got some to get started, so I don't have to do it until next week. And hopefully we'll get some rain or something, and I'll have a day we can catch up. The nice thing is it's only 2, so I can use my gooseneck and take my pickup instead of having to take the semi back up there. So that isn't so bad, and we're shelling corn, and I'm in a tractor, and now I'm getting happier, so it's good. All right, we got our truck full. It's time to head back to the farm. We're gonna leave the cart parked right here. Dad, I don't know that he can make rounds, which is a good thing. These rows aren't that long, but he'll be close enough. He'll figure it out. We're just gonna swap trucks probably when we get back to the farm and head right back here anyway, so we won't be going that long. If any of you guys get the Farmland News newspaper or magazine or whatever it is, check it out this week. I made the cover. Actually, my sister made the cover, but I'm in the picture. They did a huge article, like 5-page article, about my sister Anna. So I'm excited to read it. I haven't seen it, or I haven't read it and seen it. I just saw some pictures of the article, and it's huge apparently. So anyway, check that out. Oh man, I took too long to get back. Dad's sitting and waiting and washing windows in the combine. Hurry up. All right, we are back here at the farm. The dryer has shut down. There is still a little bit of wet corn in there. We got one light on, but our overhead bin is full, so we don't have anywhere to dry into. We don't really want to start drying into the big bins just yet because we're trying to keep this corn separate, basically. And we don't need to, because we need to haul it in. We've got contracts to fill, so we're just gonna shut it off for now. We'll start it back up in the morning when we haul a couple loads out, and keep everything moving that way. Dang, that's good. That's really good. 58, 59.3. 58.7. Good corn. That candy corn we harvested yesterday. High test weight. Came back to the field here for another load, and Dad's about done. He's got, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 rounds left over here to do. So yeah, we might come back. I don't know. We'll see if he wants to do any more across or in the backfield, or either way, I don't know. Phil will have another full load yet, but we won't have 2 full loads off of this, I don't think. So we'll see. Keep hauling. I really like this dryer and this style of grain dryer, but the one thing about it is messy. It blows all this red dog. We call this red dog. Some people call it bees wings. Whatever. We call it red dog. It blows all that out, and you get drifts of it like it's snow. It gets some fines and ground up corn and stuff all over. It's messy. Anyway, I just talked to Dad. He is just finishing that field. We'll have a full truck for Phil and then a little bit on the grain cart. So I'm not going back to get that tonight. So we're done trucking. It is 7:30. I'm gonna go treat wheat tonight. I got all that wheat in this morning. It all needs treated, everything that I got left down there. So I'm gonna go and do that. I do want to load this truck up with dry corn though, before I go down to do wheat tonight, so that we've got it loaded up and ready to haul in the morning. Phil has one more load to take to Albion, to the ethanol plant tomorrow. Maybe he'll just take the wet stuff that he's bringing back now off that's still on the truck, because they're still half price drying. It's still a deal. I don't really have to run it through our dryer. That said, he could dump it and load up dry corn too. It can go either way. I tell you what, outside of filling with a grain cart, this is the way to load trucks. Open the gate and let her go. Such pretty corn. That's beautiful stuff. Good enough. All right, so we've got these bulk bags here that are untreated wheat, and we need to treat it. So the first thing I have to do is put it in a box so that I can run it through my treater. So that is what I'm doing over here. We just kind of hang them from the forklift, and then yeah, this one untied a lot easier. You untie it, loosen up that, pull the flap down, pull the spout down, and then pull on this one and unwrap it. Easier said than done. And eventually, maybe, eventually, the wheat comes pouring out. And then we have to raise the bag up a little. Raise it up a little more. And then we shake it. And throw it on the floor. Making wheat red. All right, this is the second box that I've done. I've got 4 more to do, but they're a different variety, so we got to clean out in between these. Yep, we're getting there. So this wheat must have relatively low test weight, because there's a couple of things happening here. One, we're not getting as good a coverage. It just doesn't look as good. And 2, it barely fits. Like, it doesn't fit in the box. It's crazy. I mean, how am I supposed to get a lid on this? Yeah. It doesn't exactly fit. It's gonna be a problem. Crazy how much is in them boxes. So the reason that it doesn't cover very well isn't because we're not putting enough chemical on, because we treat by 50 pounds. So I'm putting the same amount of chemical on every 50 pounds, and there is the same amount of pounds in this box as if it was lower. It just is bulkier. It's not as dense, and that's what causes it to not cover quite so well. And if you look real close, I don't know if you can see very good or not. Every kernel does have red on it. It's just not as red. Of course, it doesn't look near as red in the camera as it does in real life, but It's because there's more surface area and in pound, right? So if it was denser, there would be less surface area per 50 pounds, and here there's more, so you're diluting that chemical out into a larger surface area. Therefore, you don't get as much on each individual little speck or surface area as you would if it was denser and didn't have as much surface area, but you're still putting the same amount on. I'm not sure if this is a great analogy, but it's the first thing that I could think of when I'm trying to be able to put this in easier to understand terms. But say you had a gallon of paint and you wanted to paint a room in your house. You can probably cover that room and paint it, and it'll look really nice and have good coverage. Take that same gallon of paint and attempt to paint the entire house. It's not going to cover it very well, and it's going to be thin and splotchy, and you'll see through it. Still put the same amount of paint on, you just covered more surface area. All right, I'm done. That's enough for tonight. I got 2 boxes on there loaded up to deliver hopefully tomorrow to somebody that's pretty local, so that won't take me very long. And then I got more that need to be delivered at some point. A few paper bags over there. Those go with a couple of those boxes. So we'll get them out. I did talk to one of those guys tonight. He said it's going to be 2 weeks before he needs it, so that's good. A couple other ones that I need to get a hold of, and we'll get it out of here. Man, won't it be nice next year when all I have to do is walk across the yard up to my house instead of driving home. And I could have went in and put my kid to bed. Dang, that's going to be nice. I am excited for that. Anyway, I'm heading home. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. Today ended better than it started, but man, was it a rough one. I try really hard to keep the language clean in these videos, and I think I've done a pretty good job of that. Today was one of the tougher ones to not. Man, I tell you what. But my kids watch these, so. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. You have those days. It'll get better. It'll get better. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have a good day and get a lot of corn shelled and keep stuff moving. So thanks for watching. Have a great night. Hit that like and subscribe buttons for me if you would, please. And if you have any questions, comments, be sure and leave those down below. Subscribe. You should subscribe. For as crappy as of a day as I have, you know what you can do to make it better? Subscribe to my channel. Watch my videos. Thanks, guys. Look at that. We made the cover. Holy cow. Really good article. If you get a chance, go find that.